Hello, folks. So today is Friday, March 20th. Here is our devotional from our first portion of Proverbs 18, where Raymond Van Leeuwen is going to get me into trouble. But yeah, sometimes trouble isn't always a bad thing. Depends on the trouble, right? One portion of commentary, because Van Leeuwen talks about a proverb pair in verses 10 to 11. We're going to be breaking this at verse 12, which is almost halfway into the proverb. I didn't see any other breaks or titles, which I missed last time from Peterson. So hopefully things will flow along pretty well for you. So here is Proverbs 18 in the New Revised Standard Version, beginning at verse 1. The one who lives alone is self-indulgent, showing contempt for all who have sound judgment. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing personal opinion. When wickedness comes, contempt comes also, and with dishonor comes disgrace. The words of the mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a gushing stream. It is not right to be partial to the guilty or to subvert the innocent in judgment. A fool's lips bring strife, and a fool's mouth invites a flogging. The mouths of fools are their ruin, and their lips a snare to themselves. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body. One who is slack in work is close kin to a vandal. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. The wealth of the rich is their strong city. In their imagination, it is like a high wall. Before destruction, one's heart is haughty, but humility goes before honor. We've already had one of the verses that sounds very familiar to pride goes before a fall. And you'll hear that reflected even a little more significantly than just then for Peterson. So the proverb pair that Van Leeuwen's going to be commenting on is 10 and 11. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. Contrasted with the wealth of the rich is their strong city. In their imagination, it is like a high wall. Little commentary. The text shifts to a proverb pair that relativizes wealth as a source of security in contrast to trust in God's name. The imagery in both verses is taken from the military world of civil defense, so that high tower. In 10:15, which has the same first line as 18:11, wealth appears simply as a strong city. Wealth does provide a certain level of security, but the security of wealth and power is not ultimate, as anyone with a life-threatening illness knows. And this part, so the first portion of his reflection is focused on what we'll be doing in our second half. So let me just give you this little bit, which also comes up. And this is like the preparation for trouble, because he's going to get into it. Like the prophets, Proverbs has a persistent concern for righteousness and justice, not only in personal life, but also in the public arena also in the public arena of the law court. The modern relegation of religion to the private and personal would have been incomprehensible and abhorrent to ancient Israel's prophets and sages. Public justice and righteousness are integral expressions of the fear of the Lord. For America, with its millions of Christians, this means that claims of biblical piety and godliness are empty unless they bear fruit in collective Christian action for equity between rich and poor, and among races and ethnic groups in our criminal justice system. Ooh, and there's some Van Leeuwen and some more of that's coming too. It's that balance, recognizing when there are imperatives we have as a people of faith, living in an individualistic culture and society, and realizing God's greater claim upon us. So that's it for Friday. We'll be back with you on Saturday, and we will try to condense a little bit some of Van Leeuwen's sharings, because he does get he is broad ranging in his reflection and time of commentary, and we'll be sharing that with you on Saturday. All right, have a great day. We will see you next go round, and God's blessings.